Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chatter Squadron, your weekly dose of Star Wars fun, positivity, and a little bit of giggles. It's the holiday season. My name is Tyler Bucks.
And my name is Logan Onsaker.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. At this point, we're on the road to the new year, but join us together for this holiday special.
The holiday special.
Yes.
And I just want to let everyone know Wonder Woman and the Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
No.
Because of this very special event.
Exactly.
Which is the holiday special.
And whoever is recording this in Dayton, Ohio, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dayton. Shout out to Dayton, Ohio. All right.
I hope people understand what we're talking about because it's kind of adjacent to the holiday special.
Yeah, if you watch the holiday special recently, you'll understand. And if not, you'll be wildly confused.
And we're talking about the old one right now, but we're also going to be talking about the new Lego holiday special in a little bit. But Logan, what else are we bringing up today before we jump into all of that?
It's a full holiday special episode. We got art. Art. Win it. You can win it. It's right there. Just come and steal it. That's how you can get it.
Is it?
It is.
Wow.
Also, you can comment on any of our videos from this month, and you can be entered in a chance to win it that way.
That feels like a more legitimate Christmas season in the spirit.
I mean, you could come Grinch it, though. Like, that'd be pretty cool. That's still in the Christmas holiday spirit.
Come Grinch it away from us. I'm taking off this elf hat.
I'm leaving mine on. Come Grinch this art. It's Vader at Hoth by Victor Garundo from Acme Archives Direct.
And you can get your own art from Acme Archives Direct. It's no longer the holiday season, but you know what? Buy some art for yourself or buy some art for the person in your life and give it to them for a Christmas gift next year.
Give it to them a whole year away. Just sit on it for a whole year.
Don't sit on it. I mean, I've sat on several when Acme has sent them our way. Listen, amazing art. Not great seats, though.
Yeah, don't sit on it.
Well, unfortunately.
Wait on it.
But also... You can win that, like he said, by commenting on our videos that we release this month. But speaking of this month, by the end of this month, we are going to be on a break for a little bit of a hiatus. We'll be coming back in the new year to give you guys some different kind of content, but still talking to each other and still wearing hats.
I'm not going to talk to him anymore.
Yeah, we're only going to be addressing the audience at this for this new thing.
Just imagine a divider.
Right. It's like any of those other shows that have calls between each other. Right. You know what I mean? Like they're in different places, but for us, we just do that.
We're in the same
next
place,
to each other. Yeah, exactly.
But
getting into today's episode, Logan, when it comes to the holiday special, you just saw the old holiday special for the first time. Isn't that correct?
I did. It was a real treat.
Was
it? Was it? I wanted to just bite the bullet and see it. I hadn't seen it. I know I always hear and see and watch people reference it.
Yeah.
I've heard you reference it. I think it was about like a few weeks ago to a month ago where I finally was like, all right, I had a free night. I figured I was going to sit down and watch it. Because I didn't and I'm sure if people haven't seen it or have seen it or, have recently seen it or before you saw it, if you can think back, I didn't understand, like everyone, it's like the holiday special. It's bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. I was like, how, and I never could really picture it in my mind. Like I didn't what was it going to be about? Even people were like, oh, it's Life Day. Like, okay, what's Life Day? Like, what do they do? But what makes it so bad?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do they do? And I found out.
Found out the hard way. Was it anything as you expected?
No, it really wasn't.
You didn't think that 94% of the dialogue would be,
would be inaudible. I didn't understand. Yeah, I didn't think Chewie's family. I didn't even think, how could you have foreseen that? I don't know. Because I was like, okay, are the main characters in it? We got Han, Luke, Leia, and everyone. Yeah.
It's got to be good.
C-3PO, R2-D2 as R2-D2.
As R2-D2.
Yeah, they just totally throw shade on Kenny Baker. Like, no one he doesn't get a shout out.
R2-D2 as not any human.
Yeah, no one plays this character.
No.
It's just a real robot.
And what we were referencing at the beginning of this episode, because we loaded it up again just to get a little bit acquainted with it before we started the show, is somebody like the most popular, copy that exists out there.
Nice copy.
Yeah. Is this one from Oh, wow. from Dayton, from Dayton, Ohio. This one from Dayton, Ohio, and we record this in Cleveland, Ohio. So it's funny just to see that. But also before the recording starts, it's like, what was that? Like, the Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Yeah, and I think that's just where that one cuts off, because I watched another one, and before it like went back a few more seconds, and the full thing is actually Wonder Woman and the Incredible Hulk will not be presented. So we lost out on two shows that night.
Well, crazily enough, Wonder Woman just came out like yesterday, I think, the new one. So
yeah,
but it's not playing tonight because we said it.
It's not going to be playing tonight.
No, we said at the beginning of this, it's not playing tonight. So sorry if you want to check it out.
Yeah, because of our show.
Yeah, because whatever we say is gospel. But watching a little bit of it again today and some more clips from the old holiday special, man, like it's just long, and the sound design and the vocal things they did is just like nails on a chalkboard. And I was just sitting there next to you. I'm sure it made it even better, just imitating the sounds they were making, especially Lumpy is like,
he's all teeth. It's just like his lips always like pulling back.
Like it's because people will talk about that like, oh, it's Wookiees talking and I don't know what they're saying and all this. That can be done really well, honestly, like non-human speech conveyed with movements and normal acting. But this is just like, you can tell there is some type of scene that we should know what's going on here, but without us knowing what they're saying, we have no clue what's going on.
No, I got a little bit of it. Like, you can get that vibe of like, Lumpy's like, playing, and he's like, don't eat the food. Apparently you can't eat. They're just starving Lumpy. And
can't eat until Chewbacca comes back from the war.
Right. And then you get like Mala, like, no, kids will be kids.
Yeah.
But that's it. And
the grandpa,
he's so gross.
Itchy is the grossest thing of all time. Like, I don't know if he was supposed to be endearing because like he comforted Mala later and everything, but still he has like no teeth. He has one tooth if I remember correctly. And he's just all gummy and he's white and it just like his overbite is crazy. They don't have dentists in Kashyyyk.
But they have carpet.
They have a lot of carpet. I wonder if that's like old Wookiee hair.
I don't even know. Yeah, when watching it, it's like it opens, on that very like just like 70s themed house,
just a normal house,
and they give you the wide shot, the tree house, or I'm sure there's a name.
That's just concept art,
right?
That they just threw on the screen,
right? And yeah, it's immediately like there's no Star Wars feel to it.
Well, I mean, you get a little bit of Star Wars with Han and Chewie at the beginning, but I find that even more funny because it's not the normal Millennium Falcon, set and everything.
Right.
And actually, as they're flying, I don't know what's going on with their desk or with their control panel, but it's like it's just swinging back and forth as they're flying. Like someone's down there just shaking this desk.
Whoa. But even the initial shot with Harrison Ford and Chewie is just
a little wrong.
Just Chewie just like, and then it's like, I know it's Life Day. Like,
I know it's Life Day.
We got to get back.
We'll get you back home for Life Day, Chewie. Don't worry.
It's like,
at what point in the movie quote unquote, the special, did you lose all hope? Because I can tell you when I started to lose all hope, it was the robotic scene with doing the like, now you're going to take the red wire and put it into this one, and then you're going to take, and noticing what the joke they were trying to go for was, which is another thing I could get into a million times over, which is the jokes they were trying to do and what actually got through to the audience with that. The joke, right? No, totally different wavelengths. The joke they were trying to get through with this, like, how to, put together video was that he was a droid and he's trying to do this like technical side of things, but he himself is breaking down technically. Oh. So you know what I mean? Like, it's funny because, this is how you fix this thing, right? But not well done at all. And also like way too long. And that's when I was going like, okay, all hope is lost. Nothing in this is going to be good. That's what it was for me.
It was way too confusing, that scene. And you know what? Now that you say that, because I didn't get it at all. If he would have done that, like he's trying to do something and maybe there's like a little glitch, but it was like he did the whole thing like, I want to say almost flawlessly, and then at the end just had like this major like
huge
power
major meltdown.
I was like, wait, what happened?
And they also didn't like put it too close, like, hey, this guy's definitely a droid.
No.
And so it's just a guy kind of like,
I felt
like
bad
having muscle
for him.
spasms.
I was like, someone get that man some help. I think the time where I lost all hope, and I don't remember correctly, it could have happened very early on, was the what's his name? Itchy?
Itchy, the little one?
No, that's Lumpy.
Itchy is the grandpa.
Where he's got the special.
Oh, the VR
the
experience.
Yeah, like
the seductive. I'm your fantasy.
The fantasy. That's
I'm your fantasy.
It's just
that happens midway through, so your hope lasted a little bit longer.
I was like holding out hope. That definitely lost. Because it was just so out of left field. It was like, what are they trying to? And I understand, like, I get the theme of most holiday special video. Right. It's like, it's just like a vignettes, you know what I mean? And this person comes in and does this act, and then you have this really famous person come in and do a song, and then you have you know what I mean? I understand that, but they didn't string it together well.
No,
it should never have been in the Star Wars universe.
No,
it wasn't even the Star Wars universe. The Star Whip.
Star whip, star. That, I mean, I do like that. I'm a big fan of that. Because the other arms coming in and stuff.
Right.
It's hilarious. But
and the wig.
Wig.
Just like half off.
Here's the thing, the dude that did like all of those, and I forget the actor's name, who did all those sketches basically.
Right.
Man, he went all out for all of them though. You know, he was all these different characters, and he tried his hardest for sure.
He held nothing back. He gave it his all.
Right. And that's commendable in some way or another.
I don't know why the circus was randomly getting larger.
Oh, with the circus act in the beginning.
Like, what were the rules?
And by the way, the music accompanying the circus act, horrible. Like so tinny and like just a circus song, but like with a synthesizer, basically.
Yeah, it's almost like someone was like, we're gonna do a holiday special, and then we're gonna make it Star Wars, and then no one ever watched Star Wars, and someone just told them that it happened in space.
That's all it is.
And then it was like, we'll just make it weird. Space is weird.
At the time, all there was A New Hope or just Star Wars at the time. So it's okay. It's the space thing. Let's just do space stuff, and that's where you get random things like the pocket-sized aquarium or other stuff like how I'm trying to remember exactly points, like them having normal why can't I think of picture frames, like with Chewie, just in like a normal picture frame. All the stuff there's screens. There's a bunch of screens in this that like you barely see anything in screens. And it's a holiday special. We have Toph here, my cat.
She's gonna type on my keyboard.
Just bear with me, everybody, while I remove this little Wookiee.
Hi, Toph.
Hi, Toph.
Toph.
She loves the holiday special. It's her favorite. But just little things like that throw you off from it being Star Wars. Carpet is one of them.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Like, why did they have to have carpet? Everything was like the wood paneling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. Yeah. It's like someone just took a house. I don't know what they were trying to do.
Right. And here's the thing. Like what they were trying to do was do a Christmas special, a holiday special, but put it in the Star Wars, skin in the Star Wars universe. It was not done well as a film, as a piece of work. You know what I mean? It was not put together well because the through line were these non-English speaking, hairy kind of nightmare fuel Wookiees.
Like that's your main storyline.
Right. And even Mala, who's the most normal of them, when she smiles, it's a little off-putting, especially when Luke is like, come on, Mala, let me see a smile on that face.
Right.
And she's like, it's like, Luke, stop telling her to smile. Her husband is lost in the war.
Come on, Mala, let's get a smile. He's creepy. Like, I didn't trust Luke.
No,
like,
no.
I immediately was like, I don't think I trust Luke.
I mean, all I know is that he left here on time.
Right.
It'd be really bad if something happened to him and Han, and after they got on their ship and everyone thought that they left.
It's like, if you told me that he was doing this fabulously nuanced performance that he actually had gotten them, like, I'd believe it. You're right. Like, he started like playing with his hands and like getting
he puts his hands in his
nervous.
pocket a bunch, like really nervous. And speaking of people that hold their nerves well, what about the human friend who is with the Wookiees and everything? Mama, come in the kitchen, help me.
Yeah, even that, like you said, a lot of it just didn't translate because he just all of a sudden got weird. Like, it wasn't like, okay, you're going to slowly let us know that you're getting more nervous and the tension is building, because the tension, like you said, from a film standpoint, they would have these scenes where like, oh, the stormtroopers are there. Oh, okay, they're searching your house. Like, let's get some tension going. And then you sit down and watch Jefferson Starship do a whole performance.
Jefferson Starship doesn't cause me too much tension. You know what I mean?
Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, anything they had working for them, they just worked against themselves.
I think I talked about this before, so I'll probably be repeating myself. Looking back, hindsight being 2020, imagine if they put and we're going to talk about a more recent holiday special and talk about how they handle kind of Life Day and that type of thing.
Right.
But imagine, because if at the time they want to do like almost like a telethon holiday special where it's like, call in and donate, and here's Jefferson Starship, here's B. Arthur with a song, that type of thing. Imagine a bunch of Wookiees on phones in the background and you have B. Arthur or whatever, like walking around and then calling people, like calling, like they're waiting for Han and Chewie to come and do, to show up for this telethon or whatever, and they can't find them. So they have to call Luke and they have to call Leia.
Right.
And they go through all this stuff. And then they just go to a different side of the stage and there's Jefferson Starship and they're all dressed up like it's Star Wars-y or whatever. And you can do some wacky, weird stuff like that and have products that people can call in to buy for this charity or whatever.
That's your through line.
And that's the guy putting together this machine and all these things. Like, there's a through line there that it's like, oh, it's something that's kind of tongue in cheek. This felt like they were kind of wanting to be tongue in cheek in a couple ways without being able to do it at all.
Right. They were grabbing the guns wrong. Like, from the smallest details.
Right.
It was definitely the feeling that I think most people have when you're watching it, where it's just like, is it over? Like, is it the end? And then it's like, you get this shining glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
Because everything's resolved. Han, they make it back.
Yep.
Chewie's there. It's all, and then, nope, not over yet.
They got to walk through space. They got to go
space.
to the ethereal tree realm to have Carrie Fisher sing a song.
Yeah, she's got to sing. I think there's even a shot that like made the final cut where like Han, Harrison Ford is he just looks so like miserable,
so browbeaten, just like
at least Luke, Mark Hamill like kept it up.
Mark Hamill always keeps it up. That's like, the thing. Mark Hamill will knock anything out of the park, because even him as Luke, you can tell he's really, really trying really hard.
Oh, hey. And even that, he's like, R2's trying to warn him that this thing's smoking. He's like telling him to back off. Yeah. And then 2 seconds later,
R2, this is important.
Why don't you tell me about this?
R2, why don't you tell me about this machine?
It's trying his best.
Even with him all covered in orange makeup and eyeliner.
So much eyeliner. Like, that's what I got from the holiday special. Is like the future, like in space. Rather.
The future is glamorous.
The future. Eyeliner.
Yeah,
sparkles.
exactly.
While we're talking about glamour, I'd like to point out my Boba Fett earrings.
Yeah.
Shout out. I know Tyler hates them.
Yeah, I hope they don't fall off and go into a garbage disposal.
They get pushed gently by a blind man out of
if you get bumped with a blind man, they will just fall off, go into the nearest hole for 10,000 years or whatever the heck. I'm a big fan of the cartoon, though. I think that the cartoon is the only thing that like has some type of staying power.
Yeah.
Because we get to see Boba Fett for the first time, and he's very the Mandalorian-esque in that way, you know, in what he looks like. And if you have not seen the holiday special, if you haven't seen the holiday special, there's a lot that Jon Favreau pulls from with it, being kind of the Mandalorian's look, being more silver and everything.
Yeah.
But the rifle, like you mentioned, one of the bigger things, the rifle that Boba Fett has in the holiday special cartoon looks a lot like the disintegration rifle that the Mandalorian has, or not probably anymore because the Razor Crest got blown up. But what he had being those like 2 prongs and everything.
Right.
There's a bunch of other holiday special type things that are in the Mandalorian, like even because Boba Fett in the cartoon abuses some local wildlife when he's riding on that like dinosaur, and he's like, these things are mindless, and just smacks it in the head. But one of these beasts that like chomp onto, I haven't watched the holiday special, but I believe it like chomps onto one of the ships. Sorry, let me finish that. I haven't watched the holiday special in a long time. I've seen it like 3 times all the way through. But when it like chomps on or whatever, it makes this noise. And then in The Mandalorian, when that almost like hippo ice creature in the first episode, when it latches onto the Razor Crest, they rip that noise from the holiday special and dub it over into the screams things of this beast. So there's a lot of little holiday special Easter eggs like that in The Mandalorian. I think Dave Filoni even said when reading through the script and everything, being like, oh, there's the holiday special again.
Right.
Just little references that he liked to put in there. So if you're going to watch anything from the old holiday special, try and find the cartoon.
Yeah, that cartoon, I agree with you. Probably the best thing about,
because it was the most straight Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
There was like a little adventure. There was a mission. There was some backstabbing. There was Darth Vader. There was Boba Fett, all this stuff.
I don't know if I quite understood the consistency of like the planet, or like if it was like that part.
I thought you were going to go with the consistency that
Jabba?
Chewie's son is watching a cartoon of Chewie and his friends.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to try to get too much into it like that, because I mean, if you go into the holiday special with those kind of critiques, you'll just be lost the whole time.
Because
critiquing. That
makes sense now. Why Chewie has such an amazing house is because he has all these royalty money from people making famous. A cartoon of him.
Yeah, in universe, there's a cartoon of all of those characters.
Yeah,
he is rich. That house is huge.
Maybe that's like lower. That's poorer.
Right.
Maybe their economy is super thriving. They're like socialists or something on Kazook.
Well, they have all like the technology. You know, like
they share their wealth on Kazook.
Right. Apparently.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Kazook versus Kashyyyk. I love that little. We are now talking to everybody on Kazook.
Right.
It's like
they just change it up. It's like,
Well, it was before they came up with Kashyyyk, you know.
Right.
But I just love that too. I see. That's what I mean. I don't want to go too deeply into it, but a good example of the logic not being there for the old holiday special is the Empire sending these messages to everybody on Kazook, and also all the people at the cantina on Tatooine.
Right.
There's just screens will pop up or whatever that just like, everybody, we're shutting things down, blah, blah, blah. Right. So this guy in the room who's like in this red room, who's like talking to everybody, it tells every household on Kazook that you guys have this curfew or blah, 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 like all this stuff. Right. And then pretty much immediately they call that guy. And remember, they had like information for him. So they called that guy directly to get the Imperials to leave, basically.
Right.
But it's like, how much time does this guy have? He's talking to every single home and every, and he's planet, basically. And you can just call him right back. And he's just still standing there. Oh, hello. What's up?
Right. That's just his job. He just waits there.
Right. That's the type of logic that you just like get into these logic spirals when watching a holiday special, where it's just like, why are they... And how
Why were they shutting it down too? Like that was my, when they
Are you talking about the cantina?
with the cantina with B. Arthur?
Because they're the Empire. They like to hate on fun, man.
It's like we're shut down. It's like, okay, we're shut down.
And no one wanted to believe her.
Yeah.
The Empire is shutting us down. And everyone's the giant rat is still drinking and having a good old time.
That rat is creepy.
I like how mad you are about it. That rat was creepy and I didn't like it.
Didn't like it. But the song actually.
Goodbye, friends. La, 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 la. And everyone has
turn.
like a Macarena out the door as they have to go back under this imperial rule.
It was like happy. It was like sad. Like the song, I did like that part. Actually.
Is that a tear, friend?
Right. It's like dumping water in the man's head. And that's what I mean. That's another thing of like, it's not so much in the universe of Star Wars. It's just someone. It's space.
It's sci-fi.
Space
it's weird.
Yeah. So we're gonna do weird things. We're gonna be drinking out of the tops of heads. And
right.
Also, he was like coming on to her. Like he was hitting on her like
hardcore.
Did he like come behind the bar or something? Like that guy did not know boundaries.
No. I just want to know what the physiology is with the volcano head too, though, because he has a mouth.
Right. Yeah, he has a mouth. And everything else looks pretty human.
Except for the volcano on the top of his head that he drinks through.
That he drinks from. Like, does he also eat through it?
It's
just for liquids?
It is like a garbage disposal. Just like...
Right. They never saw him eating any bar food.
No pretzels going up there.
No tip yip. What's it called?
Tip yip? Yeah, I think
yip,
so.
Tip? I don't know.
Yep, tip. Not even going to get too deep into the holiday special. We've talked about it for about 26 minutes now.
It's already too long.
Already too long. I do say everybody, to become a true Star Wars fan, you have to watch the holiday special all the way through.
It's and that's why I watched it, is because
I'm joking, by the way.
I didn't want to like. It's like it's bad, but like I don't know. There's something about it. Like you have to see it. You have to see it. You just have to see it.
You have to experience it.
And then you never have to watch it again.
Yeah, I think
it should be like once every 5 years.
Because it'll stick with you forever. And I can't tell you how many times throughout the rule of Chatter Squadron that I've referenced the holiday special. I mean, even the last pure audio podcast we did when it was the original host, Johnny Calhoun, and we did our own stories and everything. And my story had huge holiday special references. It was in the cantina, and B. Arthur was the bartender there. And it ends, spoiler alert, with Mala coming to find Chewie, and she has a whisk in one hand and a whip in the other. And she's stir, whip, 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 stir. And that's how it ends with that. And that's the thing, like, I love that the holiday special exists. I really love it because there's so much good in Star Wars. Even people like, I don't like the prequels. I don't like the sequels. I don't like Empire Strikes Back because I'm a crazy person. But there's people, you always have stuff like that.
Right.
But there's always a way to go and say like, well, Phantom Menace was good for these things. Or there's always a discussion to have there.
Right.
When it comes to the holiday special, it's not even a part of the main saga. It's not a part of the main legacy even. It's this strange, weird, alternate universe type thing that happened all these years ago that we get to look back now and go like that. Like, why would they do this? Why would they do that? It's so strange that even happened.
Yeah, I think, and another reason too, like I didn't really know about it. Like it's not, unless you really, are surrounded by constantly talking about Star Wars or and obviously now with The Mandalorian, and there's a lot of Star Wars hype recently, a lot of like modern Star Wars hype. So I feel like it might be back on the scope of things, you know what I mean? But I didn't even hear about it. Like I haven't, until people started saying, holiday special this, I was like, what is the holiday special? It kind of is just like this lost under the radar. Like George Lucas just does, like he wants to distance himself from it.
Yeah,
like,
he wants to smash every copy if he could with a sledgehammer.
With a sledgehammer, yeah.
I'm very happy that it exists. And I just want anybody to watch some type of thing about the holiday special. Was one of the first episodes we did it for Chatter Squadron 3 years ago at this point, where we did a whole review of it. So I highly recommend checking that out. It's on our YouTube and everything. And it's just crazy because I would watch it in the background for my Christmas parties.
Oh yeah.
Just on the TV. And that was the first time like doing it for the show where I sat down and took notes on this thing and just going, man, it is so
it's still
long.
going.
Like we ordered pizza during the beginning. It arrived. We ate the pizza and we're done with the pizza and it was still going. Like I know that's like a weird passage of time to like bring up, but you know what I mean? Like you feel like, oh, we'll order pizza and we'll talk about it after as we eat the pizza. But it's like you finish, you're done, and it's like, okay. Oh.
No, it's like over an hour and a half.
20 minutes is still left on this thing. Oh, what's gonna happen?
It's like a full length movie.
It is.
It's yeah, and I think and like you said, I love that it exists.
Yeah.
This is in no way me saying that it should not exist. Like it needs to exist.
Yes, it has amazing. To.
And it's like you said, it's perfect around the holidays, something to have on the TV. Like we have a pretty good tradition of watching bad holiday movies on Christmas.
Oh, we need to watch that today.
Yeah, ones that we're in.
Logan and I were in a bad holiday. I hope the person who cast us doesn't see this at some point and comes after us. We were in a bad holiday movie when we were younger, and we have the DVD of it that we're going to watch in a little bit. But yeah, holiday movies are hard to do.
Is it both of our first acting gigs ever?
I think so. First credit. I wonder if we're on IMDb for that.
It should be.
It really should be.
It deserves to be. And it's up there with how, like, it's not linear. It's like the holiday special in that way.
Yeah.
It's just like you watch it and it's like.
the special we were in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Holiday movies are hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially a brand new thing like this. But I'm happy that Life Day and other small things have continued into canon.
Yeah.
That Life Day and even Chewbacca's dad, I believe, is canon, that his name is Itchy, and it's like a longer name, like Chewbacca's name is, longer for Chewie. So I believe that's in canon. Maybe chat can let me know if that is still true, but it's just little things like that I love. If somebody busted out a pocket aquarium in the background of a scene.
Oh yeah.
Like people are talking in a bar and behind them, they like take out an aquarium from behind them. You see fish just in this thing. It's funny. It's so good. And it's so weird that it happened like this. Like I want to make this comparison and I don't know if it's a good one, but like, I'm not the biggest Trek person because I'm a Star Wars guy, but it's like if Star Trek blew up and everything, and then they had just other creators other than Star Trek people just make a story about just a different, like, I don't know, different race, Klingons or whatever, their holiday special and whatever. And it's just a strange, weird, like, yeah, I'm a big Star Trek fan and whatever. It's like, oh, what about the Star Trek holiday special? It's just weird that like out of anything, the biggest movie franchise of all time, Star Wars, has this bootleg version of it that happened before Empire Strikes Back.
It is. It is very much like, because it's not its own separate thing, and it's not a part. It's like this weird, like, side sector version of Star Wars in the universe. It's definitely odd. Also, I want to say General Motors is not sponsoring.
No,
this video.
Just Acme Archives Direct.
Just Acme Archives Direct. Not General Motors.
General Motors is not returning our calls.
I don't know why.
In chat, thank you, Trevor. He sent the Wikipedia page for, how would you say that? Atchitikuk. All right, let me sound it out.
Atchitzuk.
Was the father of the Wookiee Chewbacca,
that's my guess,
who, when introducing himself to Han Solo, referred to himself as Chewbacca, son of Atchichuk. Which is Itchy from the holiday special.
Oh, look at him, he's so gross.
But that's the thing in Solo, he says that, hey, my dad, I'm Chewie, son of Itchy, grandson of Snotty. Great grandson of
Runny and Drippy. I love Lumpy though.
Lumpy,
what a character!
Wow, he's the best. So we're going to talk about the new holiday special in a second here, but for the Get Vocal people and for our patrons, we're going to be doing something a little bit special. We kind of had our own holiday special snafu recently.
Yes.
We shot a sketch. We wrote it. We put it all together. We shot the sketch. It was going to be about the holiday special. It's pretty much 90% of it's shot and all put together. However, with the craziness of our lives, and of course, the dark side wanting to be against us,
always
in post-production, it just had a lot of issues. It made my computer freeze up, all of these different things. And under the wire, because we shot it and we were going to try and get it out in like less than a week, it just was not going to make the cut. So unfortunately, we're not releasing a sketch for the holiday special. However, for the Get Vocal chat and for the patrons, we're going to do a table read of the sketch.
A live
table read of the sketch. So maybe it'll live on in some way, one way or another. But moving on to the more recent holiday special, being the Lego holiday special. If you haven't seen this one, I guess spoilers. It's a more recent thing. So spoiler alert for the new holiday special.
I guess you can spoil it.
If you have kids, watch this new holiday special. 10 million %.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely for kids. And before we jump into it, I just want to recall having a conversation with somebody on one of my pages on Facebook where this person listed like all these inconsistencies or like weird stuff and like about this new holiday special.
Oh, like the Lego one?
Yeah, about all these things of like, you know, it's kind of hard to follow with this and with that. And like, you know, the time jumps and all these things doesn't really add up with this, that, or the other. And I just responded, I don't think any kids would think this.
Right.
All of this stuff that you just listed out, I don't think any kid would have thought of this. And if you watch the Lego holiday special, it's for children.
Yeah. I mean,
10 million % it's for kids.
Well, that's what we always say. Take the Lego special, take the holiday special out of it. Just look at Star Wars. Like if you want to go through and you just, like we always say, gravity. You know
Gravity.
What I mean?
Yep.
You throw gravity into it, you can really start picking it apart.
Don't talk about gravity.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could start, and then with anything, it doesn't have to be Star Wars. Once you throw in time travel,
yep, you
could really go and pick it apart. You know what I mean? Like it's.
So this is for kids. However, I had a really good time watching it still because it's a Lego movie.
It was concise.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's not unlike the original holiday special. It knew
there was several through lines taking you from one point to the next.
Right.
So it starts off with Yoda narrating almost like a normal holiday special would be. Like the snowman would narrate Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but we have Yoda narrating this, and it's taking place right after the Rise of Skywalker. And something that I find extremely amazing about this is it confirms what a lot of people think would happen, which is Rey is teaching Finn, who has the Force. Like,
right.
Already, it is kind of like, whoa.
It does build. It's not, you know what I mean? It does build on concepts that are in the live action films.
Yes.
Which is cool.
But just to have that kind of broken, like I think that's a tack they're going to take with this is that Rey is going to train Finn and they're going to work together to build the new Jedi Order and everything. But for it to like first be seen on the screen in a Lego holiday special, I was just watching being like, is he really? Yeah, he's using the lightsaber and using the Force. Like, whoa, okay, big news.
Right, like that,
Finn is a Jedi.
That they decided to drop in the Lego holiday special.
Right.
And he slices that droid right in half. He hates it.
Say goodbye to that legacy of the droid.
Not though, because Rey puts it back together.
Pretty much immediately.
It's like
Porgs are watching them do all this. So is one of them Turbis? I'm gonna have to ask the Tatooine Sons that. Hey, did you guys get royalties for Turbis?
Right.
Turbis, yes or no?
Better have.
They better have. Yeah. Rose, R2, Poe, Dio, 3PO, BB-8, and of course Chewie all show up to talk about Life Day. Like they're I don't know, they're just hanging out outside the room, and by the time they hear like something break, they're like, oh, practice is probably over. Let's head back in.
Right.
Once they hear, the droid breaks. It's like,
oh yeah, okay, now it's time to go.
Yeah, she seems to be really upset with Finn. Let's get back in there.
Right.
That's usually how their training ends.
They just listen with a cup on the door. And as soon as they hear something break, all right, it's over. Let's go talk about Life Day.
So Rey goes and meditates to find out how to teach Finn. And there's a Jedi prophecy about training on Life Day, which is interesting.
Right, that the Jedi, rather. Life Day. So how far back are we saying that Life Day? Because I like the concept of Life Day, even in the original holiday special.
Yeah,
you pick apart and it's hilarious and it's funny. It's terrible.
Yeah,
Life Day is cool. I like the idea of like there's still in-universe holidays.
Yeah,
and I think by that point, it makes sense that it would be just overall Life Day, celebrate life.
I prefer to celebrate Life Day more than anything else. Like when I say Happy Holidays to people,
it's just like
I'm on the top of that list. I'm trying to let people know Happy Life Day for sure. Happy Holidays special, and they're like, "What was that?"
Life Day is in parentheses.
Tip Yip. Everyone wants one, and I wrote that down because when it's time to like. Because Poe wants to do this amazing party, this perfect party, right? He has a great sweater on, like mine, and he wants to do this amazing party, and everybody wants Tip Yip. Everybody wants it. That's all everyone is going to talk about. It's like you got to have the good Tip Yip. And it's like
the best Tip Yip.
And it turns out that Poe, while he's trying to put this whole thing together, is definitely allergic to Wookiees.
Right.
Because the more that show up, he gets more and more allergic to them.
He just starts sneezing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the fur.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's all the dandruff.
Yeah, what else would he be allergic to?
Their personalities.
They're punny names.
Yeah, that's what I'm allergic to. Like if I ever met Itchy, I would just run.
You would get the hive. You would become Itchy. You meet Lumpy, you get Lumpy.
Oh God.
Rey still has Red 5, by the way, the X-Wing. She jumps in it to go help out finding a way to train Finn. Rey arrives at Kordaku.
I think it's Kordoku.
It's like is that one of those like
you have to put the number or no the letters.
The letters in the right spot. Yeah. I'm just sitting down doing a Kordoku. Rey enters this giant rock thing. It looks like a temple of the Jedi. Major Fallen Order vibes.
Right.
Did you get that too?
I did. I'm trying to remember the exact look of it. Because we did watch the Lego Star Wars special like what 2 weeks ago or something, and that's right about where my my hippocampus stores things.
Stop making up words.
I wish I could make that up.
Rey finds a crystal that is the key to Galaxy's past. So we have Galaxy's Edge. We have Galaxy's
Now
past.
I remember it. Yes.
Rey falls into the Force gateway into Dagobah.
Right.
She finds Luke and Yoda training. The voices sound sort of similar to the real characters.
We talked about that.
It was close.
Yeah, we were wondering that. It's like, is it? And then you listen, it's like, no, but it's close.
No, it's at this point where you think of Poe and Finn and Rey, and their voices sound similar. But when you get to like Yoda and Luke being these like iconic characters, it's fully like that's not. It's close, but it's not there.
Even Rey, I feel like you could tell. It's like
the people who do Rey's voice always very overdo the English accent. Is that just me? Like they really make her very British.
Yeah, it's like extreme. Where I feel like hers is just. I mean, obviously, yeah.
Luke tries to pull the X-Wing out of the swamp. We've seen this before. Rey and BB-8 get attacked by a swamp thing, and they time jump again. Let's do the time jump again. Rey jumps to the Phantom Menace, where Obi-Wan wants action.
I like that, where they're sitting and like waiting to meet with them.
Yep.
And he's like, he's bored.
Yeah.
And he gets what he wants.
She then jumps to Obi-Wan and Anakin in an elevator, which is from Attack of the Clones.
Mm-hmm.
Next jump takes her to the first Death Star run. She lands in Luke's cockpit and tells Luke to use the Force, and he makes the shot. So I'm happy in this universe, Rey helps Luke use the Force and still does the thing.
She even tells it, like, listen to your master.
Yeah,
like listen to him. Use the Force.
It's still pretty epic in Lego form, like it going down the chute and exploding and everything.
Right, and now obviously no one can play with the Death Star toy because it was destroyed.
It was destroyed, yeah,
on screen. So
I mean, the Lego people are extremely upset about that.
Yeah, they're not happy. So if you have a Death Star, can't play with it. That's just a little PSA from Logan that you can't play with ships once they're destroyed.
In any type of fashion.
Poking fun at the Razor Crest, obviously.
Don't
need to explain it.
We're back at the Falcon. They're putting the party together at this point, and this felt very kind of Christmassy, where people are all trying to band together to make a good holiday.
The best, right?
The best. The best life day ever. Sorry, stupid Tyler. Stupid.
The best. Tyler.
Everything is slightly falling apart as Poe is cooking using the heat from the Falcon's engines. BB-8 wants to go to the party, but Rey wants to learn more about masters and apprentices. BB-8, what are you going to do at the party? You can't drink
or eat.
We go to see Palps and Vader. Vader suggests that the second Death Star should be named Starkiller Base. Vader gives Palps a mug that says Galaxy's Best Emperor. He got it at Batuu. I love the little Galaxy's Edge reference they threw in there. Vader goes through the portal and confronts Rey. Back at the party, things are starting to sort of come together. Chewie's family arrives, and they look very familiar to the original holiday special family. You got Little Lumpy, you got very still creepy in Lego form Itchy and Mala, but they don't even really reference who these people are.
No.
They don't say their names, which I appreciate. That's fine with me.
I think they just assume that everyone's seen it.
Vader takes the crystal and sorry, I messed up. Vader takes the time travel crystal. They have an epic force battle for the crystal and time jump. Now on Hoth, they battle as the base gets invaded by himself.
Right.
Vader and Vader now battle. The troopers here are pretty hilarious, actually. They're just them like talking like, this is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. They didn't say that, but still, their banter back and forth was
paraphrasing.
Rey time jumps to Mustafar. Vader, Rey, Obi-Wan, Anakin all jump to the Mandalorian.
Right.
Now appear in Episode 1's pod race, which pushes them into the Clone Wars timeline. So if this is seeming hard to understand, it wasn't really that hard to follow.
No, it is quick.
It's very quick.
Like they're just jumping through portals and then they're here and then they're in another portal. Like by the end, it gets very, very, very quick, consecutive.
All the people now appear during the final battle of Tross. Everyone falls through a bunch of moments in Star Wars and land during the viewing of the Twin Suns with young Luke. And young Luke is drinking some blue milk from like a little like milk carton during most of this. We have an all-out brawl with Obi-Wan's, Maul's, and 2 Hans. And I believe that's where we get 3 Obi-Wans going, hello there.
Yeah.
Rey, Vader, and young Luke arrive at the Jedi Temple again. Vader takes the crystal key and the mug into the portal. He arrives back at the Death Star 2. Palps jumps 30 years in the future to see Kylo doing a Supreme Leader dance. Hux makes a lot of naked chest jokes with Kylo.
Wink.
Kylo is so pumped to see Palps and especially Vader. He even has a bunch of Vader posters.
Like I do like that they add all that. That's why I love Lego, the Lego universe. Mm-hmm. They can poke fun right at themselves.
Palps wants to rule the future with Kylo. He's basically like, I want to rule the past and the future. Kylo, you're my new apprentice.
That adds up.
Rey and Luke are at the Jedi Temple. Luke starts to fix BB-8. Kylo tells Palps everything about Return of the Jedi. So, like, spoiler alert for what's about to happen on the Death Star 2. Palps likes
everyone off.
Palps likes Kylo's lightsaber. Palps fixes Kylo's helmet, and Vader is mad at Kylo for being cool.
I love these
stream of conscious notes I took while we were watching it.
These notes.
No pauses taken while taking these notes. I was just going.
It's true. I wish you could. I was, he's just look up briefly. Palps thinks he is cool. Okay,
Palps takes Kylo under his wing. Fun moment about the betrayal of Snoke, where he's talking about like hey, you're my new Padawan. You would never betray your master, would you?
Right.
He's like, no, definitely not. Chewie's family almost eats a pork. Once again, Turbis or not, I need to know.
Now.
A bunch of people show up at the party. Like everyone, basically. You got Lando, Rose, everybody from the movies show up. I believe Maz Kanata shows up, which Maz Kanata has a thing for Chewie. So is Mala? I don't know. Because Chewie and her start to wrestle. Do you remember that?
No.
Chewie and Maz start like rolling around. No? Okay.
I wish I did remember that.
I might have had too much Life Day. I don't know. Whatever they drink on Life Day. Tip juice. Finn sings a song in Huttese, sort of like Jingle Bells. Back over, Palps loves Kylo, and Vader is big jelly. Kylo tells Palps that he is doomed, but Palps tells him he is the new apprentice. Rey is mad at herself, but Yoda shows up to help. Rey feels like she failed everyone, but Yoda says through failure, she learns. Rey sees Finn using Rey's techniques when she isn't there at the party. So like through the Force, she sees that Finn is listening to her and that she's being a good teacher, showing Finn. Yoda tells Rey a bunch of Jedi Masters and students, or shows Rey a bunch of Jedi Masters and students from the past. Luke is blown away by seeing Ghost Yoda and helps Rey realize that she has the power to light up the crystals. I don't know, like because Luke is young Luke at this point, so he's blown away that there's like a ghost and stuff. Like all this stuff is crazy to
it's
him.
all new to him. Like,
and then he tells that to Rey, like, no, you can do it, and she like lights up all the crystals. So whatever that means, that's cool. They also hold hands, so there's a little.
They're holding hands.
Parts keep falling off the new Death Star, and it's great. Every time they go back to the new Death Star,
it's just falling apart more.
A piece of it will fall off on the establishing shot. I love it. Palps tells Kylo that when Luke and Vader show up to throw them in. Palps tells Kylo that when Luke and Vader show up, they're going to throw him into the reactor. Rey shows up with Luke and BB-8, and Kylo fights Rey. Kylo stops Milk and Luke in their tracks because Luke just has the milk. So he like stops them. Oh no, that's what it was. Because Luke throws the carton of milk at Kylo, and he force freezes all of it.
Like the blaster. I got you, like the laser.
And the blazer?
The blazer. I thought I said laser.
You said blazer. Blue milk laser.
He stops his blazer. He just takes off, throws it at him.
BB-8 tries to block a lightsaber with a lighter. I like if no one has seen the Lego special yet and they're just hearing this, they're like getting all these visuals in their head.
It's gonna be like so choppy.
Vader and old Luke show up, and now it's an all-out brawl because they show up like they would in the normal movie, and it's like, wait, what is happening here? There's a lot going on. Vader, Kylo, older Luke, and Rey all fight each other in the throne room. Palp starts zapping everybody. Kylo tries to get the stone from Rey, and she sends Kylo back to the right timeline. Palp zaps Vader. Palp asks Rey to join him as his new apprentice. Zappy time for Rey. Rey pulls the key out of Palpatine's hand. Rey reminds Luke to let go, and and in turn throws the crystal into Palpatine's face. Oh, okay, I remember now. Because they're fighting over the crystal, and Luke lets go of the crystal, and it goes right into Palpatine's noggin. Rey takes young Luke in the right timeline as she says bye to old Luke. Vader throws Palp down the shaft, exposing a Life Day sweater as his robe comes off. Palp says that he is now turning back on his evil ways. As he falls down the shaft, he like reflects on, why does everybody hate me? Rey returns everyone to their correct timeline, and she jumps back to the Jedi Temple, back to the Falcon, and it's a freaking party. Babu Freak break dances. Rey returns just in time for the party. Poe cries again as Rey and Finn cry. Finn cuts a turkey with a lightsaber and a table. Goes a little bit too far with it. It starts snowing and everyone leaves the Falcon. Everyone has a fun winter time.
Smiley face.
Yoda is in a bowler hat and a sweater to end off the show. The end. Well, he shows up like the snowman in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but like has a sweater on and a hat. It's like, well,
right.
Looks like our store is coming to a close.
Just closes the book.
Yeah.
Lego book.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is definitely for kids.
Yeah.
It's definitely a more lighthearted thing. And I like it a lot. I actually had a really good time with it. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, but I liked it.
Right. It was fun. And I also said, I was like, I'm glad it was the Lego version. And it was so for kids, because I get really stressed out when you start doing like time travel. Because like you have young Luke there. I'm like, if they don't get him back, like he's going to know everything. It's going to screw up everything.
Right.
But it's not. Like the stakes are super low. Lego Holiday Special. It's fun.
I think Luke falls asleep. Young Luke falls asleep when they get him back to his real timeline. So he probably just thinks it was all one weird dream.
Right. He just went through so much. He just immediately pass out and go to sleep.
What does feel like some weird dream is the wrapping up of this season 1 of Chatter Squadron, the live show. Next week, we are going to be going dark, and we will let you guys know when we come back for season 2 with some new changes, some new fresh coats of paint and everything. And just remember that you can still comment until the end of the year on our videos that we release to win Vader at Hoth by Victor Garundo from Acme Archives Direct. If you can't wait, or if you don't like the not knowing guarantee of everything, you can feel free to go to acmearchivesdirect.com and get your own copy of this. Remember, it comes with your certificate of authenticity from Acme Archives Direct. You'll see on your art the little how many are printed of it. Like it'll be 1 of 200 or 40 of 150 or whatever. You'll get an actual print of that thing and your certificate of authenticity that goes along with it. But for the people who are watching on the Get Vocal show and also our patrons at a certain level, you'll have our post show today, which, like we said, is a read through of the sketch that never was, that our holiday special. The holiday special. But yeah, so a big thanks to everybody for joining us for this first season of Chatter Squadron. Logan, what was your favorite part of this season? I'm putting you on the spot now.
My favorite part of the season? That's a good question. I like all the Mando recaps.
Really?
Yeah, I like Mandalorian.
Good.
Let me think.
I know one of my favorite moments.
All right.
It was getting extremely high on all the spicy brownies that we ate.
That was a fun one.
Because that day after the fact was rough.
Yeah. Well, we did another
and we did another live stream right after
it, and we had drank so much water.
We had to pee so
coffee.
bad.
I had to pee, and we had that was fun.
And all we ate were brownies and stuff. So my stomach just hurt from only eating brownies that day. It was just
I even like the first the Halloween one.
Yeah,
that was cool. I always like talking about Palpatine.
Yeah, what was his show or your quiz called again?
Oh, Trick or Treason then.
Yeah.
Trick or Treason then.
I knew you were so excited when we were getting closer to doing that, because you're Trick or Treason then.
Oh, Treason then.
But like we said, we are excited to come back in the new year, bring some fresh ideas and some new ways to express Chatter Squadron's love for Star Wars and all things nerdy.
Oh, yeah.
So be sure to follow us on all of our social medias and join our Patreon at patreon.com/Chatter Squadron. You'll be in the know for when we're coming back and what we have planned. And at a certain level, you get a thank you at the end of every podcast. So thank you to Commodore Marroquin. And Commodore Rayside. I like
those are also fun to say.
I know.
I love those names.
So many good patron names. But thank you guys. And once again, like I said, patrons, you're going to be able to hear the weirdness that was this sketch thing that we almost put out. But happy Life Day to everybody, and we hope you have a happy new year as well. We will see you guys very soon.
Happy Life Day.